This week on Maker Update, an AI-powered dream vault, traditional Japanese woodworking for your 3D printer, a Cyberpunk cosplay remix with a custom steel helmet, and a project to give your computer the mechanical clacks and dings of a typewriter. Hey, I'm Donald Bell, and welcome back to another episode of Maker Update, the show where we bring you the latest projects and tips from the Maker community. I hope you're doing well and enjoying your summer. We've got another great show for you, so let's get started with the project of the week. The Dream Recorder by Modem is a Raspberry Pi project I think is fascinating. When you wake up, you tell your dream to the device and it will create an AI-generated animated interpretation of what you describe. This short video is stored on the device and replayed whenever you want. By default, you can store up to 7 animations, but I don't see any reason why that's a hard constraint. And that's the beauty here, it's all open source. There's a high level of polish on this project because there's a design firm behind it and it's a portfolio piece, but they've generously made all the elements available on GitHub along with some fantastic documentation. Because of that, we know that inside the 3D printed enclosure, there's an ultra-wide WaveShare 7.9-inch screen. It plugs in over HDMI to a Raspberry Pi 5, which runs the software. Also connected to the Pi is a USB microphone so that it can receive spoken dream prompts from you. And for interactivity, there's a capacitive touch sensor connected to the Pi and placed on the back of the device. For the AI generation to work, you will need to connect the Dream Machine to Wi-Fi. More importantly, and here's the catch, you will need to pay a little for each generated video. They use the term pay per dream, but that sounds pretty dystopian, like a paywall for dreaming. But we're talking pennies here. It's literally a penny for using the OpenAI speech-to-text system and 14 cents for the Luma Labs AI video generation. It's a low-res video at 540p, but for this kind of hazy, dreamy, animated look that's further diffused by the 3D printed enclosure, it's perfect. It's a very unique project, and you can find a link to it along with the full GitHub repository down in the description. Now for some news, Hackaday has launched a new project contest sponsored by DigiKey. It's called the 1 Hertz Challenge, and the idea is to design a device where something happens once per second. The top 3 entrants will receive a $150 DigiKey gift certificate. There are also honorable mention categories for accuracy, absurdity, clockwork mechanisms, and 555 timers. All entries need to be submitted by August 19th. More projects on YouTube. Pay-per-view shows how he made this giant, elaborate, entirely 3D printed panel in the style of Japanese wooden Kumiko. Traditionally, Kumiko is a time-intensive method of crafting decorative wooden panels using small pieces of precisely cut wood arranged in geometric patterns. That precision and repetition lends itself well to being adapted to 3D printing. However, the wall-size scale of Kumiko does not. So the challenge becomes how to make a scalable system of interlocking pieces that do a convincing job mimicking the look of Kumiko. And for most of us, the first attempt here is probably sufficient. But to really do it right, not only does he design a system with interlocking dovetails, but he also designs in a way to obscure the seams between each panel using covers. There are still seams, but this way, they look more like an artifact of woodcraft than 3D printing. Be sure to check out the full video. It's a big, beautiful project, and for me, it's a perfect example of how a thoughtful design on a small scale can build up into something profound. Another project that blew me away this week was this Arasaka Elite Armor by Zibartas, inspired by Cyberpunk 2077. This is actually his second time around making a version of this costume. His first take was more accurate to the game, but the plastic motorized helmet eventually cracked, and without it, the mostly black costume didn't have much impact. So for the second run, he reimagined the character in white with a polished chrome steel helmet and animated LED tubes running over the arms. The craziest part of this project, in my opinion, is the motorized face mask of the helmet, which is made from SLS 3D printed steel, and then carefully ground down and polished to a chrome finish. It takes some work, but the look you get, along with the durability, is on another level. Finally, for a project you can make in a weekend, on Adafruit, the Ruiz brothers and Liz Clark teamed up to create this little computer accessory that makes it sound like you're typing on a typewriter. Inside the 3D printed enclosure, designed to look like a little typewriter, is an Adafruit Feather RP2040 board, along with their new solenoid driver board and a pair of mini solenoids. One solenoid is freestanding and is used to create a mechanical clacking sound with each key press. The other solenoid is mounted up inside the service bell and chimes only when you hit the return key. What's clever is that there are two ways you can set this up. You can either connect your USB keyboard into the device and then to your computer. In this mode, what you type is essentially echoed through the device over to your computer. Or you can connect both the device and your keyboard directly to your computer, or use your laptop's built-in keyboard and have your computer echo keystrokes over to the device. It's a fun idea. Now for some tips and tools. It feels like the WLED platform for animating LEDs with a microcontroller has stolen the spotlight from other tools, but there's a new update to the FastLED Arduino library that's giving it some competition. FastLED version 3.10 brings improved compatibility with ESP32 boards and a new AnimARTrix visualizer mode ideal for LED matrix displays. I'm excited not just because competition is good for both tools, but because the 50+ new presets now included with FastLED broaden the palette of cool animations I can use in my LED projects. Speaking of expanding, check out this 3D printed expanding racks design by Segerman on printables. It's a brilliant example of how you can design things for a surprising range of expansion and contraction. It uses a system of stacked racks and gears. The video embedded on the design page also shows a number of other design ideas that take the concept in different directions. For this week's DigiKey Spotlight, don't miss the latest episode of Electronics with Becky Stern. You're in for a treat with Becky's overview of electric motors for beginners, from hobby DC motors to servos, steppers, gear motors, little vibration motors, all the way up to big AC motors. Becky gives you the full picture in just under 8 minutes. Check it out. And that does it for this week's show. Be sure to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. Thanks again to Cria Ciencia for the use of their lab. They're a terrific resource for childhood science education in Barcelona, and I'll leave a link where you can learn more down in the description. Thanks as always to DigiKey for making this show possible, and thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.